All right then. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the second session of Dansu Dragons.
Hey.
I'm Mike, and our players tonight are Laura, playing Gita Jewelsoul, Venus, playing Aembron, and Erica, playing Eris.
Anyway.
Today, we're going to continue our adventures from last episode. After those 2 weeks back-to-back of Session 0 and Session 1, we're now going to be airing these episodes once every 2 weeks. So, sit down, enjoy, and welcome to the adventure. When last we left our intrepid band of adventurers who had just met and perhaps just gotten their taste for adventure, they were resting for the night at the boarding house portion of Potions and Apothecary Works in the city of Southgate, in the Kingdom of Gate. Yesterday, they had a harrowing experience during some villain's attempted robbery of a pawn shop, and while one of the miscreants got away with a bag of loot, so did one of our players. Amid the chaos, Eris managed to grab a sack of loot for herself from one of the defeated robbers. And, heavily injured in the process, the party came together to help get her help. To help get her to safety and medical attention.
There you go.
Yeah, that's rewording, not going to use the same word. In doing so, they accrued a debt that is now stacking from a night's stay from the owner of Potions and Apothecary Works, known only as the Apothecary. We resume our game after the end of that long rest, the next morning, in one of the several boarding rooms of the Potions and Apothecary Works.
One of the boarding rooms of the boarding house.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
These
that's
names
what I
are-
was stuck on.
These names are all very straightforward.
Actually, I did need to go back a bit because after last time you said that I couldn't have a longbow.
That's right, because we made a small mistake last time during character generation. We forgot small-sized creatures cannot wield two-handed items with the heavy property, or two-handed weapons. So we're stepping you down from a longbow to a short bow.
Right.
That's comparable range, but the damage die switches from a D8 to a D6.
Gotcha. And the attack bonus is still plus
The attack
5?
bonus will remain the same.
Gotcha. Cool, cool.
Just adjust my microphone before we continue. So it might be a little too low. That might have been my problem earlier.
Mike adjusting the mic. Also,
Yes.
did you introduce yourself just now?
I did introduce myself as Mike.
I don't
I just
remember.
didn't give my full name like last time.
Well,
Because it seemed unnecessary because no one else is giving a last name, even in the credits.
Fair.
Then again, I'm producing this with my own LLC, the Mike Rovner Media Concern, which I created just to do this and also do freelance video work. He said, plugging himself on the show he's producing.
no. Anyway.
Anyway. And you can expect those kind of plugs and more if you choose to sponsor our show. But enough about that.
Oh, God.
Dawn has broken in the city of Southgate.
Did she ever do?
The seagulls, again catching a morning wind, flying over the bay and harbor. Light streams in through the wooden slats of the glassless windows of the boarding house. And through the quiet of the morn, the gentle, excited clucking of chickens somewhere in the yard behind the apothecary workshop. And this gentle morning reverie is broken by the distant yet nearby cry of, "Good morning, my babies!
I love her so much.
Feed and seed for your morning!" As you hear the excited clucks grow louder and more frantic to the sound of the so-named apothecary apparently feeding the chickens she keeps in the yard behind her shop and boarding house.
I bet her dressing gown is covered in sequins.
Oh my god.
Sorry, continue.
She's the best. I love her so much.
But that is the sound that snaps you from your revelry and rest, as the events of the previous day come rushing back to you, as well as the people you share a room with.
I'm pretty sure I am still conked out.
Did we all go to sleep like spooning each other?
I forgot.
I'm sure we did.
Did we?
If we didn't then, probably in the middle of the night at some point.
Oh my god.
I'm assuming we just wake up all, in each other's
Well, now we're
grill.
friends.
Whether
Oh
we
yeah,
like it or not.
especially the words of one of you as you were going to sleep, who was rather drunk at the time on the brandy. You guys are the best friends I've ever had.
Aw.
Pride.
The only ones.
Oh.
You're also very warm. Thank you
Wow.
for
Jeez.
keeping me
This
cozy.
It's getting realer.
As we've established, it's close-ish to fall, but not winter.
I legit don't remember any.
It happened in conversation. I think I could be wrong, but it's getting toward harvest season.
Okay.
All right, so it's morning in the apothecary boarding house, and the three of you, or at least two of you, are awake. One of you is stubbornly trying to resist being awake, perhaps by their own efforts.
Just like real life.
Then why are any of us awake?
Yeah, I was gonna say, if this is like real life, I would not be getting out of bed for like 4 hours.
Right.
But I'd also be like, adventuring is too hard. So, anyway, I digress. What?
I guess we're up now.
What? Yeah. Well, you're asleep. You said you were stubbornly trying to stay asleep. Oh, okay, but we heard the apothecary outside, right?
Yes.
I guess Gita will get out of bed and try to look at. Is there a window?
Yeah, there is. I described a window without glass, but wooden slats.
Oh my god. I'm gonna look out the window and see if I can see my.
All right. Do you just open the window full bore, or just tilt the slats?
I think my character would be a morning person. God help me.
Yeah,
So-
she sounds like one.
She's totally a morning person, so she throws them violently open.
You can hear the sound effect now. You throw the window violently open, and you see, in fact, the apothecary standing over the ugliest crowd of chickens you've ever seen. But they're big chickens, so that's good. She is wearing an outfit similar to the one she wore yesterday. La-ti-da, she has more than one outfit. She must be doing successful for herself.
Must be doing successful for her.
She must be doing well for herself and is a successful business person.
There we go.
But she is throwing various feed and seed to the assorted ugly chickens.
Why are they ugly chickens?
Yeah.
Well, because
This is
they
so
look a
relevant.
little freakish.
In what way?
She's been experimenting on those chickens, maybe?
Oh, some of them obviously have one more leg than they should, more wings, one with two heads.
Using the steroids on the chicken to produce the biggest chickens.
So island of what's his name? Dr. Moreau.
Not quite that far. They are not capable of speech and calculus as far as you know.
Neither am I. I mean,
But she is staying there in an outfit similar to yesterday, except on her long poncho-y dress is, yes, sequins, but also the pattern of overalls. That's sewn into the front of the dress
She's
is like
so
the pattern
amazing.
of overalls.
oh, like a smock or an apron? Or?
Yes, like her poncho muumuu dress thing has like the pattern of overalls sewn into the front of it for this morning, apparently, for her bit of farming that she's doing. As you see in,
She is incredible.
as besides her and the chickens, you also see a caged-off garden in this yard area between this building and the next building behind it, in the next lot. Looks with a lot of fanciful and exotic plants, some of which you haven't seen since you left your home village, because you can clearly see some of those plants are much more vibrant than anything you've seen in Gate since you've arrived.
Okay, you're trying to imply something, and I'm not smart, so I don't know where you're going.
I'm
with
trying
this.
to imply that some of the plants, at least by visual cues to you, look like they are from the Feywild.
Oh, okay. Oh, back from my hometown, sort of.
Did Gita speak with that twang? Because I loved it. Just
Oh, I didn't mean to, but probably. Oh God, I don't know.
But as you swung the shutter open, the apothecary turns to you and says, "Oh, hello and good morning. Will the three of you be joining us for breakfast?"
Sorry. She's looking at me because I'm sticking my head out the window.
Yes. Yes, she is, in fact.
Sorry, I still have to get into the swing of things. I don't know. What would she
I'm
say?
gonna join her at the
Okay.
window, like pop my head up and just say two.
All right.
Make it 3.
Don't.
What? Oh, sorry.
You keep swinging your arm like I'm scared you're gonna hit me.
I'm sorry. That's like in character. I'll try not to.
I know. I know, honey. Like I'm scared.
You should be. You should be. No, not really.
We'll get
Breakfast-
Eris out by hook or by crook.
Shortly after, you are able to join the boarding house for breakfast, and none of the other boarders are there. Apparently, they are not morning people, or maybe they work third shift and are still out. You don't know.
People.
But
Agree.
Okay.
but
Ready
the
for
table
breakfast.
is laden with a very basic porridge and eggs.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
Fresh eggs, in fact. And as the apothecary dishes it out and says, "So, when do you think the three of you, will be heading out for that errand you're indebted to me on?" She says with a flat smile.
Hint. Hint.
Can I have my eggs over easy?
When did you wake up?
Well, food's on the table.
You're just like, okay.
Just
Smell
kicks
the
down the door.
Where are my eggs?
Where are my eggs?
To help in your
boy.
recovery, certainly, she says, and she makes your eggs over easy,
Thanks, Mom.
all the while counting down numbers in her head of value and effort.
What you mean counting up numbers in her head?
Quite correct. She goes about managing her shop and then she cleans up after breakfast, goes about to manage her shop, and leaves you to your own devices, whatever they may be. And as well as giving you the information of what nearby town you have to venture toward to get the medicine that is waiting for her.
Okay.
And you know that the town is actually to the southwest of Southgate, along the northern and western edge of the Lowood.
Okay. Lowood is here.
Oh, okay.
We have a map.
Yeah.
We're probably showing it to you right now.
Okay.
Remember, right now, because we're doing the split screen thing, we're using that camera very
This one.
little.
Oh.
So your direct camera and my direct camera are the ones we're probably using.
Got
Okay, that one?
Yeah, that one.
I have not been looking at that
That
one.
is, well, when we're at least during the game, that's the one that's predominantly on you, all three at once.
Okay.
We have a map.
You can't see
you
it
go.
because the map is up on the screen right now, but Laura was just gesticulating to the map.
I didn't hit Venus this time.
Yeah, thank you.
Congratulations.
Oh, jeez.
There are two other towns on the way to the town you need to head to. The town named Thornstead on the southern edge of the northern part of the...
What?
Basically, the Lowood comes from the shore in.
Yeah.
You're on, like, the outer half away from the shore of the Lowood.
I've got an idea. Can you mark it on this
Sure.
map?
That's
I
a
will.
better
That
idea.
More sense.
And, like, for the purpose of this map, the Lowood wraps around the place known as the Forest of Low Illusion.
Sounds like a nice place.
Little dot with an X on it.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So it's like
Whoa,
inland.
okay, that's
I thought it was going to be on the
farther
coast.
than-
Remember, that map is stretched out from the original design.
Yeah. Like how long is that? Like for us
perhaps-
to walk from Southgate to that place.
Perhaps between 2.5 and 4 days.
Thank you, Venus.
Yep.
2.5 to 4 days. Okay. We got short little legs, so maybe 4.
piggyback ride.
Yay!
Tearing you both.
Giddy up, giddy up, giddy up.
I guess.
Jeez.
You know that between you and Thornstead are the villages of... I had a list here.
Man, our characters are really good at geography, because,
Brightstead and... Well, not another
Awkward
village, but a
silence, good.
between you and Thornstead is the town of Brightstead, and then a singular farm that also has a boarding house at it.
Okay. So Brightstead is closer to Southgate.
That's right.
Okay.
And then between Brightstead and Thornstead
The
is
farm.
the Rest Farm, which we will call Ladybug's Rest.
Cute.
oh my god, we're gonna murder some people there, aren't we?
Totally.
All right.
Thank you, Venus.
Mm-hmm.
So all of you do have some traveling provisions already in your starting equipment.
Mm-hmm.
So it's morning in Southgate. What do you do?
That's a good question. Let me see.
I just want to go back to sleep.
Oh wait.
And during your morning
Right.
preparations, Erica, do you remember to select your spells for today?
Right.
Do we still have that cart that we brought her in on?
If you
That we
check
stole?
outside, if you check outside, if you check outside, you indeed still have the pilfered cart.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess we should get started.
Oh, 1 sec.
Mm-hmm.
So.
I can use any of my cantrips?
At will.
Okay.
Oh no.
What do you have?
What's gonna happen now?
Which cantrips do you have again,
Before we
please?
begin.
I have Vicious Mockery, Friends, Prestidigitation, and Shocking Grasp.
You can use those at will, but please be mindful that friends charm someone for exactly 1 minute, and then they are aware that you use magic to influence them and react accordingly,
All right, so pleasantries and then run. Okay.
more or less.
Okay.
Oh, friends is where you make someone think you're a friend. That's what you used last time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I thought you used charm person proper.
Yeah, it was
I think
charm
I
person.
used
It was charm
everything in my power to be nice. That didn't
Wouldn't
work
it be
out,
nice?
did it?
Okay. So can we go check in with the City Watch and see if they found anything on the robbery from last night?
If you want to swing by one of the guardhouses that's in this quarter of the town, certainly. There have been, if you go there to check it out, you will find from one of the guards that there has been a guard shift change since last night, but they remember that you are, as you give your name, listed as a witness, and do give you some follow-up information that two of the thieves actually survived the encounter, just rather unconscious and roughed up, aside from the one who died in the street that you all had a hand in. And one did get away. And it's an open investigation for the watch.
One escaped, two captured. Yeah, I have that written down.
Do you wish to try and apply him for more information than that?
Wait a second.
Because the person at least keeping the desk at the watch house, who looks through the ledger and sees your name and just gives you the that basic blow by blow,
That we already
seems like
knew.
he might know more, but he might not.
I mean, I guess it doesn't hurt to ask.
All right,
more
to try
information.
and press further,
Yeah.
please roll me a charisma persuasion check.
Help. What's that?
Yeah, what do you have to
Help.
roll?
Either you're rolling your charisma modifier straight, or if you're trading the persuasion skill, you're rolling that ability score plus your proficiency modifier.
I don't have persuasion.
Then you're rolling a straight charisma check.
All right. 15.
That's pretty.
All right.
Nice.
He says he really ought not to tell anyone this.
Oh.
He says, leaning in a bit conspiratorially. But the two that we got in lockup, they's actually the kids of a well-to-do merchant. So is the dead one.
From here?
Yeah. Don't know why they'd be trying to knock over a dwarf pawn shop. He says with a certain amount of derision.
Are we all there, by the way?
Did you follow with her?
I probably.
Okay.
So wait, they're all siblings then?
Well, the two that survived are siblings, for sure. One that made it's from a different family. But yeah, it's causing a small bit of uproar in the town council.
Awkward.
I'm sorry, Mike. I just realized I don't have any dice.
Oh, you don't?
Sorry.
Bye.
Okay, I'm gonna borrow Venus's. Sorry,
So
thank
where
you.
are we right now?
In the town of Southgate, and they have ventured over to the guard post.
Yes, and maybe you. We haven't determined that yet.
Well, you did need to take some time to read your spells and prepare them.
Well, I think I asked, can we go to the City Watch? So
Yeah.
Would
took
you
that
want to go to
action
the City
for-
Watch?
she's coming.
Yeah,
Whether she wants to or not, we're gonna
I'm
drag her tall
walking
ass
and
in.
reading, which I don't recommend. But
Stay safe, kids.
yeah.
Well, Well,
Read
that's what
safe places only.
that's what you get from the guard with that.
Mm-hmm.
Additionally, as you were traveling through the city, even this early in the morning, as people are getting to work and just getting the city to bustle and activity, there's rumor going around about something strange happening over by a statue overlooking the harbor.
That's a mysterious ass city.
It's a port city. It's a very busy place.
Are the guys in lockup at the place where the guard is that we've just been talking to?
They're not at this guard post. They've been taken to the main guardhouse in the city, where there's a bigger lockup. Also because they are slightly higher profile prisoners.
Yeah.
Not for their crime, but for who they are.
Right.
I mean,
So like would that strike us as weird that they're not like before we knew that, would that strike us as weird that they're or we wouldn't know
wouldn't know what.
that they weren't there.
You wouldn't know that they weren't there until you got there. But it's common knowledge that only like drunk tank people are kept in local guardhouses.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
The guys they'll let out in the morning. Or
Gotcha.
girls.
I think I'd like for us to go to the guardhouse and see if we can persuade them to let us talk to those dudes.
Yeah, persuasion.
I don't, but I have a 2 charisma modifier.
Okay.
So, and
That
Erica
helps.
likes seducing people, so.
Yeah, I got some sleight of hand,
And she's
some
got friends.
investigation,
All right.
and deception.
Very well.
We could probably get in there somehow.
Well, you hear
Oh
that
my gosh.
you hear that rumor of something strange happening on the statue on your way to the main guardhouse.
And we were just listening in on everyone's conversation.
That's so
Busy
rude.
Well, it's
rude.
it's open gossip.
I know.
As you head toward the north end of the city of Southgate, where the more high-profile neighborhoods are away from the docks, along with the town garrison, you approach the main gate of the garrison and are allowed to the public entrance, where there is a middle-aged woman wearing chainmail and pauldrons, and her hat on a desk, hunched over a ledger.
Do you imagine?
No, there's only one NPC who does that in the games. They're in multiple games and have slightly different roles therein, but the apothecary is a multiversal constant, singular per campaign.
These strawberries are good.
We're really good.
Oh, pass me one, please. They are delightful. What game is complete without snacks? We have them this time. I'm gonna finish talking before I eat this. She looks up at you, the 3 of you, the odd group you are. A fiend touched, a halfling, and a gnome. Not that she might know the difference between the 2 of those.
Wow.
I know.
Wow.
Specious, right?
Anyway.
And she regards you with a stern face. What can I help you with?
It was way more polite than I was expecting.
Yeah.
She sounds pissed off though. Like, I haven't had coffee. What are you doing here?
What are we doing here?
I don't know. It's your guys' idea to come here.
I want to talk to the dudes and find out what they were.
We can't just say that.
Well, I'm not. Okay, I'm whispering this to you guys before we go inside, I guess. I'm not just yelling in front of the guard.
I want to talk to the dudes. Got locked up here. They get visitors, right? It's cool.
How do I use gnome cunning? What's that for?
Isn't it listed there?
Yeah, what do I use it for, though? I didn't really write that down. I just wrote what I have to roll.
Let me do a quick lookup.
Okay.
And this is going to extend our timer a little bit.
Sorry.
No problem. No.
I'm just trying to see if I can use it to be smarter than I actually am. And come up with
Not
With
smarter,
like a-
just differently clever.
a more clever way.
That means you have advantage on all intelligence, wisdom, and charisma saving throws against magic.
Oh, okay,
Oh yeah,
never
you
mind.
had that written down.
Yeah, I wrote that, but I don't know what that means.
Rolls.
It's a saving throw against
Okay.
magic. Let me
So
write that
your
down.
your roll to save and to resist magic that allow
Okay.
for certain resistance rolls.
Okay, never mind. I cannot use it in this.
Cantrip. What do you
Thank
got?
you. What?
What do you got?
My
Cantrips.
cantrips?
What do you got?
I don't have anything good.
Oh.
I have minor illusion, which I might use if persuading her doesn't work.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Do you have an idea? Please
I
use
have
it.
friends. Can Do you think we can
Well,
use?
we haven't tried yet.
Yeah, shouldn't we try just normal
We'll
first?
try normal first.
Okay.
And
I like where
then
you're going
you can,
with this.
Okay. Okay.
And then you can make her.
Jeez.
She waits expectantly for how she can help you this morning.
Oh, sorry. How long has this poor lady been waiting?
However long it took for you to do that little huddle and talk to Phil.
Well, Gita is really dumb, so she would probably just be like, "Hey, so I heard you guys got some new prisoners in yesterday."
Oh my god.
I can't just say that.
So what's up with that?
Wow.
Young miss, you'll have to be a bit more specific.
You know those
She
guys.
glowers down her nose at you.
You know those guys with the bags. What do they look like? I don't remember.
Weren't they wrapped up?
Wrapped up.
They had like something covering their face so nobody could see who they were. I'm sorry, I'm like eating and talking at the same time.
You know those
The pawn shop guys.
the pawn shop guys. Yeah,
Pawn
exactly. Pawn stars. They're the stars of stealing from the pawn shop.
Oh yeah.
Those guys.
You're
And
just
you'd like to speak
itching
with-
right now, aren't you? You're itching.
And you'd like to speak with them.
Oh yes, it's for a good cause.
She gestures as if, go on.
Oh well, we wanted their stuff. So
Oh Lord.
Okay, make a persuasion test with disadvantage.
how do I do that?
That means you roll
Roll
a d20
twice
twice,
and take the lower one.
and you use the lower die.
All right. Come on, big money.
Wait,
Okay,
hit the-
11. Oh, did it? Okay, I'll do 2 more then. Oh my god.
Keep it on the table, please.
Trying.
They get away from you, don't they?
17.
Hey! 18.
9.
10, 11?
Yeah, I have 2 charisma.
All right. I'm sorry. I can't let anyone just go in and see our prisoners at all hours.
At all hours? Does that imply that we can come back at another time?
That might be for the best, she offers.
When I'm not fucking put up with this shit.
Yeah, look, she just gave us this little. All right.
She hasn't had a coffee yet.
Fair.
Maybe a little coin might help this situation.
Why don't you say hi to my good friend
please-
George Washington?
Please make a charisma persuasion check with advantage.
With advantage. How come I have to do disadvantage?
For roleplay reasons.
Which one?
20-sider, twice best roll of 2.
Damn.
4.
Oh,
Y'all
God.
gotta actually roll.
19.
19!
And your charisma modifier?
2.
Oh, shit.
21.
Blackjack.
She questions you how much gold you're offering. With an accepting quirk to her eyebrow.
What y'all got? Come on, let's pull something together.
No, I'm not. I just said we can come back later. Let's try that instead.
You do have money listed on your sheet so far.
Yeah. And you said because I have the short bow instead of the long bow, I have 15 instead of 10 gold?
Yes.
Yeah.
You'll have a bit more gold.
What would you say to this receipt that I have?
It's an IOU.
Or,
Are you letting her do that? Or are you throwing actual money on the table?
or,
Let her try that first. Because I don't want to use my money.
let me just sweeten the deal with this doorknob. But look, it's made of genuine crystal.
Glass is a crystal.
Just gonna. You can hold on to that for me if you want. Ain't no thing.
She stares at you a moment nonplussed and confused. and then back up to you.
Okay. How much gold do I have?
Bottom of your sheet center.
You're welcome.
I have 19 gold. I'm trying to save up for a spell.
Remember, gold is valuable.
Yeah.
Or
You'd think, like,
Too
I was about to
low.
suggest it. I'm so glad you got the idea.
or if you're in need of some entertainment,
Like,
She sweeps her arm and grabs the gold with the doorknob and receipt as an afterthought. Just sweeps it under the desk. Right this way, she says.
oh my god!
It worked. Yes. Don't encourage her.
you're welcome.
Wait, how much gold did you give her?
2.
Oh,
Yikes.
wow. Can't believe
Make a note that she has the receipt.
Oh,
That was amazing.
Please remove the receipt and the doorknob
and
from
the
your feet.
doorknob. Sweet.
You've
Oh
lost-
my god.
You've given away your trinkets.
I'm okay with this.
All right. And as she leads you to the back of the garrison toward the dungeon, we will now take our first break so our viewers may avail themselves of the facilities or grab a snack as they will. And we'll be right back.
Yay.
Cool.
And welcome back to Dansu Dragons. We hope you all had a nice break. We know we did. We availed ourselves of our snacks. We have snacks. We learned a very strong lesson about snacks during our initial filming day. So long.
Snacks don't buy happiness, but if you don't have snacks, you're unhappy.
More or less. All right. So, picking up where we left off, the guardsman leads you deeper into the garrison, kicking awake someone sleeping in a chair behind the next door, telling them to take the desk.
Jeez.
Rude.
What just happened?
The guardsman you bribed is leading you deeper into the garrison.
How nice of her. Yeah. Better be. We paid her.
Yeah. With entertainment.
Eventually picking up a torch sconce and leading you down a damp stairwell with stone walls and stone stairs. The heavy door that you opened closing loudly behind you. Yeah, this is a problem I have. I'm just going to say
Adjectives.
adjective, then same verb. It's a problem. I haven't had coffee
It's a problematic problem?
Do you need some coffee? Do you need some caffeine?
today. I think I'm covered.
Okay.
Little by little.
All right.
I think I'm covered as I also cover the label.
Covered.
Yeah, that is important. Covering labels for independent production.
What?
You have no idea what this is, but you all know what this is. It's like the dice bag that I didn't identify last time.
Carbonated soda of
Carbonated
unexplainable.
soft drink.
Of unspecified origin.
Of unspecified
It's like this dice bag that used to be used to contain liquor, but now contains dice, and you all know what it is, but we don't know what it is. We can't say what it is. I don't know what the limits of what are allowed are, which is why I hope.
Sounds like there's glass in there.
Yeah, that's a nice bag. Also.
Also have nice dice, or a lot of dice.
Also some glass.
Maybe some glass. Let me reach in and
shards.
find out.
Just whatever.
Whatever fits, whatever works.
Roll for initiative. Ow!
The dice won.
Blood sacrifice.
And you still rolled a 1.
You like it's a
I got
glass
a
one,
19.
and they're just all 20s. But in order to anyway,
You cut your
pay
hand
for
up
it,
something
yeah,
fierce.
ugh, that's hardcore.
So, heavy door.
The heavy door closes behind you as
Heavily.
you descend down.
Yeah.
Dansu Dragons, where our tagline is snark, puns, and finger guns.
Proceed.
Yep.
Careful, you'll put a hole in the ceiling.
Down the stairs.
Into the dankest and deepest of dungeons in the garrison. You can hear the distant drip of water and smell the faint scent of mildew and mold. As the prisoners of this dungeon are kept in not the best of circumstances. As you pass a few cells, some empty and some full, you see sparse accommodations, including bucket and piles of hay with a sheet.
Awesome.
A few of them have chains on the far wall, but no one is so manacled. But looks like there are a few people sleeping off what amounts to being in the drunk tank for the night. But then you come to the last cell in this block, where chained to the far wall are 2 young men in somewhat familiar canvas clothing, sans masks. They look upon the 3 of you in the dim torchlight with recognition, as the guardswoman lights a torch near the cell, and then says, "I'll be back in 5."
Oh.
And heads back out.
Wow.
Had it with you guys.
Apparently 2 gold pieces is pretty good.
It's like 2 weeks' pay for some people.
What is like the dollar equivalent for this? Because like I have
Yeah.
no concept of what the economy is like.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes neither do I. It's very weird. Like, a healing potion proper should cost like 25 to 50 gold pieces.
Whoa. That seems expensive when
Well,
you.
potions are expensive. A week's wage for most workers
Yeah.
is like less than a gold.
What? Oh my god, we gave her too much money.
Give me some of yours.
They're throwing some weight around.
I put my part in.
We're
to
here
this.
now, right?
Yeah, I already put some of mine into this, alright? So.
The 2 directly recognize you and kind of are confused that you're bickering amongst yourselves. But otherwise remain tight-lipped and silent as one whispers to the other, "It's the ladies from the other day."
Ladies.
They are, in fact, as you're looking upon them now, younger than you would have expected.
So if their parents are well-to-do, why are they down in the
Yeah.
dank cells?
Do you say it like that, or are you asking them?
I don't know.
I don't know. I guess I'm just wondering in my head.
Yeah. Me too.
That does not seem correct. Is something wrong about this?
How young are they?
You think maybe in the vicinity of
4 years old. No. So we're not gonna seduce them then. Got
you
it.
think somewhere in the range of 16 or 17 years for
Oh.
humans,
Oh, really young.
Why
then.
are they not in school right now?
because they're in jail. That's fairly obvious. I could answer that without actually answering in character.
You walked into that one.
Question in this world, is it like, are they supposed to be in school, basically? Or does education stop
There's,
earlier?
to your knowledge, well, to the general setting, thought of the setting,
Yeah.
compulsory public education is not yet a thing. Schools are usually the purview of the rich or the academically minded who specifically seek schooling out.
Right, but their
Or
parents are
Okay.
well-to-do, so they might have sent their kids to school, or they might have other things for them to do.
most education will be conducted through trade guilds that might educate young people who are apprenticed or put into service through them.
But I'm
Basically the words I was looking for.
I'm assuming the young well-to-do would be like tutors, mostly, right?
Tutored or sent to a school for young people.
Okay. That answers my question.
Like boarding schools or locally sourced schools, depending on the situation.
Alright, so it's still too young to... Damn, I can't be older. Sorry.
Well, the dead one was older.
Wow. We're not going there.
Nope, not at all. Don't you laugh at me, Erica.
Oh God. It just hit me.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, my first thought with most of these characters is to try to seduce them, but if they're like too young, then that's not going to work. And I didn't get a chance to seduce that lady.
What is the age of consent in this? No. I stopped myself.
Anyway, let's
Dansu Dragons features mature players using language immaturely and pursuing mature topics.
Mature topics immaturely.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We got my own taglines.
All right, so... Oh, no, you're going to do something?
Oh, no, I was just playing with it.
Who has highest investigation? Will that help us in this?
Investigation will just tell you things about the cell they are in and things on their person.
Okay.
No, I don't have it at all anyway.
I mean, the highest I have
Similar with perception.
is a high charisma. That's all I got.
So they look at you expectantly because they remember the three of you basically either hiding under a table, shooting them with arrows, or doing magic.
Oh my
at them.
god, they are trapped. They are trapped in a cage right now, and we have weapons. Can you just like aim your bow at straight at them and get them to talk?
I can aim
A voice calls from down near the door, which you never heard open again. Oi! You didn't pay enough to beat him up in the cell.
How much would that be?
Come on, pony up.
Now.
I was kidding.
They seem the young men seem a little disturbed at that bit of discussion.
No, guys, there's no need for any of that. I'm sure these perfectly nice young men would be more than happy to talk with us, right?
We're doing good cop, bad cop now. Okay.
So I say that to them.
Okay. Roll a charisma persuasion check.
Okay. What do I?
Charisma
20?
flat, or if you have the persuasion skill, charisma plus your.
I don't have persuasion. So
Okay.
charisma plus a 20?
It's d20
you
plus
rolled a
your
20.
charisma modifier.
Okay.
Plus 2.
Okay.
15 plus 2.
17.
Nice.
They both start talking over each other at once because they are a little worried about how this will go, and you seem reasonable, and you're also the person who hid under the table, so they don't see you as threatening.
Nice. I don't say that. That's just
As they begin talking over each other excitedly and worriedly, it eventually becomes clear that apparently they had accrued a debt at a gambling den on the docks.
Yeah, they were roped into this. If they're both
But if they're well-to-do, they don't need to.
I know, but if they're both talking over each other at once,
Yeah.
they're just explaining what's going on.
They had gotten
They
into
had
a lot
been
of
roped into
debt,
this.
and their parents had cut them off financially for a short
Yes.
time. And the demands were being made to pay their debt by the owner of the gambling house, so the owner of the gambling den, who they identify as a man named Arngull.
Look, you don't need all your fingers, right? You only need 2 to shoot a bow.
They're just kids
Who steal?
because they have to. Isn't that right? I say to the.
They kind of
Young
nod.
adults.
They nod mutely. They're very scared because one of their friends is dead,
Oh yeah.
and one of them did run off.
Sorry, I'm thinking about what to do next. Just like in real life.
Yeah. So Laura and I were discussing how neither of us, or Erica and I were discussing.
Yeah.
I don't even know what happens in real life anymore. We're discussing how we're not good at thinking on our feet.
Okay.
So just cut this whole part out.
You too, huh?
Yep.
Well, this is fair discussion that helps set the tone for the game.
Set the tone for the game. Is that
Okay,
gonna
so-
be waiting a lot for this?
So
Ashy.
I'm sorry. So they said who? I didn't catch that.
They identified him as Arngull,
They have a debt to a merchant named Arngull.
to a ne'er-do-well who runs a gambling den on the docks.
Okay. So do
In
you,
a tavern called the Saucy Pigeon.
That's
love
amazing.
That. I'm gonna write that down. That's gonna be my my wrestler name. Anyway.
If Abe were still a thing, that would be my new screen name. XX Saucy Pigeon XX.
I do love pigeons.
SaucyPigeon.tumblr.com.
Anyway, okay. So he's at the Saucy Pigeon. So I asked them, so do you know why he wanted you to steal those particular items? Or steal
was
from
it-
this pawn shop?
Or was it something in general that they were doing?
What were you looking for?
Okay, all right.
If you're going to do that, please roll an intimidation check,
Well, okay.
which is a
Aren't
charisma.
they already intimidated
A
though?
little bit, but they could be a bit more forthcoming with some information.
All right, well,
20?
Like, just aim my bow
D20
because
plus
that's
your charisma
harmless. You aim an arrow. 9.
9,
Plus your charisma modifier.
2, so 11.
11.
11?
can I have that salon? I've taken a lot.
One of them shouts he doesn't know anything. The other says quietly, I heard him talking about protection money.
Protection money.
Rory wasn't paid up.
Who was talking about the protection money? Arngol or the
Arngol.
Okay.
Oh, he probably wasn't paid the money from the pawn shop guy. Because he's the mob. The mob.
Wait, now I'm totally lost. What's happening?
One of the boys says he doesn't know why he wanted them to knock over the pawn shop, but he says he overheard him talking about how Rory hadn't been paid up on his protection money.
Oh, so we got a mob.
The owner of the Dwarven pawn shop.
Yikes.
Rory's Pawn Emporium.
Right,
Oh,
over
is it
there.
Rory? I don't know. That's
adorable.
name.
You mocked it initially.
I don't remember that.
That was yesterday. We're feeling better today after some rest.
That was several weeks ago.
What? No, I thought it was yesterday. Oh, us
In
it was.
game?
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
in game it was yesterday.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Yeah.
We've had much coffee since then.
Oh yeah.
Much
a lot.
coffee and much sleep,
Well,
in all fair measure.
okay. Wait, so I'm asking.
Laura, the mic is right against your neck.
Oh,
Might
sorry.
wanna pull that a little down in the way, not angled away, but
Sorry, I can't angle it. It's just like
okay.
attached.
We'll
Can
just
you move it further down your collar so that it's away from like your chin?
And what is it even in the right spot anymore, or
Well, it was right there. I didn't move it at all
Why don't you put it on the right side then?
because then it's I face this way.
you can flip the? I'll take a bit of a tinker with it
Gotcha.
between the break.
Okay,
Just-
that's okay.
You
Sorry.
can just now it's pointing completely away from you.
No, it's kind of how it was before.
Better.
Okay. Let's see how this. I hope it's okay.
We'll do a little test later.
Okay.
Anyway, and for the interest of the cut, I'll leave all that in because that's just a quick exchange. What were you on again? It was.
Oh right, sorry. I was gonna ask the boys about. Okay, so there wasn't anything valuable you were stealing. You were just kind of doing it to get back at him. Wink.
They kind of they shrug in their chained place on the wall.
Oh my god, children are so dumb. I don't say that. I just think that in real life.
I mean, you're not wrong.
All right. I'm just seeing what I have.
With that, a call comes out from the darkness. 5 are up. Walk the torch with you, if you please.
5 or
5 are up. Walk the torch back with you, if you please.
Sure. Done with them anyway. Useless.
Wow.
Thanks for your cooperation, boys. Stay clean. Stay in school.
Read some books.
Don't knock over any more pawn shops.
That's really what I should have led with. All right.
Yeah.
Or we'll get you.
They're joking. Probably. You take the
go.
torch and yeah.
Excuse me.
As you're heading back up the stairs, the guardwoman is right there waiting for you. So, she questions. Find what you were looking for?
Could have been better. But,
She nods a bit, she nods a bit.
Children are useless.
enjoy that gold.
You gave it to her.
She looks.
Wait, friends is a cantrip, right?
Yeah.
Can you be friends with her and then like ask to borrow 2 gold?
Oh my god, please do that.
Let's do it.
Before you do that, real quick, she just asks. As you're about to do that, she questions. You were the halfling that was there, weren't you?
Yes, I was. I was there.
You were still
I am still the halfling.
She nods a bit. The captain mentioned that, she says, as you attempt to use friends on her. What's your saving throw DC for your spells?
What?
What's the spell save DC?
Huh?
Second page. What number does she have to beat to resist your spell?
12.
Oh, thank you.
And for friends, what type of saving throw is it?
Or
Wow.
cantrip?
Look at the sheet for the spell friends.
Oh.
You have those now.
Oh.
And look what there is. Tell
They
me.
have those now, 'cause I don't have spells yet.
Yeah, we printed out
should
little
do
spell
that.
sheets.
What am I doing?
We should look at that a little later.
Tell me what the saving throw to resist the spell is. It'll be in the description.
Oh.
Is it a wisdom or a charisma saving throw?
Charisma.
What's it say? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All advantage on all charisma checks directed at one feature of your choice.
Let me see that real quick.
Sorry, Mr. Rob.
Can we highlight?
That's why I'm not wearing the tie and sweater vest this time. I'm shutting that down. I almost wore a
Because
saucy
you're
t-shirt.
a cool t-shirt.
Oh, God.
Hey, Mr. Turner!
Mr. Rob! Hey. I don't know why I went like full, like 60s.
Contract from one
lobster
minute.
there.
It was making
Oh,
a
there-
Boy Meets World reference. Like,
There
I
is no
just
saving
aged
throw.
myself.
Oh, wait, Venus.
It
can I,
just
like fix
for the duration.
Oh, sure.
When the spell for the duration.
Can I unclip this? Okay.
So you have advantage. It doesn't make them automatically your friend. It just gives you advantage on all charisma checks against them. So it just works, and then a minute later she'll realize she's been influenced by magic.
Well, we're gonna be out of
Okay.
there, so
Can you run? Can y'all run?
we got tiny little legs, but yeah.
So
I think we can.
Do I need to pick you up?
I have
25 feet.
all right, so make it.
It's a little
so
slower
you've
than you,
used
but-
friends on her. You cast friends, and you're making a persuasion check to get her to spot you 2 gold. So make a persuasion.
You're welcome.
Check.
You're so smart.
16.
That's with your bonuses.
With which one?
Charisma.
Persuasion? Wait, so you add the 2?
Yep.
So 18 then.
And no, because you also make the roll with advantage because of the
Sweet,
spell,
roll again.
and use the better result.
Well,
The first one was better.
Yeah.
All right, 18.
Yeah. Give me my money. Give me my money.
She has like a dazed look on her face as your speech is suffused with magical confusing and befuddlement. And to those of you who are not under the effects of the spell, it's quite clear she is doing something magical. As you ask her to spot you 2 gold,
you're doing this.
and she says, "Yeah, sure," and she just spots you 2 gold.
Okay, cool. We'll bring it back.
And then you also now have a minute timer to get the hell out.
See you later. Let's go.
Let's
Bye.
run.
Nice to meet you.
I can do 30 feet.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what, we're both 25 because we got little legs.
I think that's only if we're in combat, though, right? Or
It's also its general speed for combat and overland.
All right. Well, so-
Relatively, then.
It's
so
implied
she's
that
just
you
a
are
little bit
slower than
faster
her.
than
okay, but I think that's enough speed
Yeah,
for
it's
us
like
to get
just
out of
to
there.
book it together.
Yeah.
So for whatever reason, she basically says cheese it after she gets the gold.
Fuzz.
It is the fuzz.
And shortly later, you are somewhere else in the city, away from any response or reprisal at the immediate time.
Cool.
Got my money. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, but we didn't get back your knob. Did you want your knob? Did you want your crystal knob?
Can you stop saying no?
Grow up.
Never.
Nah, I don't even know where I got that knob. It's fine.
Oh my goodness.
Where the
By this point in time, with everything you've done, it's around lunchtime and midday.
You got 19 again.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. It's lunchtime.
Oh, we should have asked her for more.
Ah.
Could have stole some more money from her.
Stole?
Well, we're not giving it back.
No, she's not well off. She needs her money.
Well, wow,
I don't know
that's
if she
so,
has kids to feed.
that's so respectable for.
Well,
part of
I
our
guess.
thing.
Okay. I don't know. Whatever.
Anyway, okay. Okay, so
We're not at a loss. That's the important
yes,
thing.
hooray! I mean, we lost my
Lunchtime.
Yeah.
You're just going to find some place to eat for lunch?
Yeah. Yes. I don't know.
Oh, there are numerous taverns, public houses, and even a few bay overlooking cafes in the city of Southgate.
Do we have the money for that?
fancy.
Do you have more than 2 silver pieces?
Yes.
Yeah.
Then you can easily purchase a meal.
Okay.
Let's go somewhere fancy.
Ooh, yeah. We deserve it.
We worked so hard.
We worked
intimidating
really
those
hard.
children and stealing from the guard.
You are so right.
All right.
I am so sarcastic.
Finding a nice place for lunch, a nice fancy place for lunch in this town brings you towards an area overlooking the docks, actually, as there is a cafe overlooking a small plaza before the hilly area down toward the docks in the harbor. In the middle of the plaza is a large set of marble pillars surrounding a raised dais with a small marble statue on it.
Oh,
the cafe is called the Storm God's the Storm God's View, and
Not Overlook Cafe. Sorry.
And the statue is a known local fixture known as the Storm Braver.
Is that the same statue that something was happening near?
Yeah, in fact, it is.
Wow, what a
And you
coincidence!
can see
Wow.
as you take seats in the outside area of the cafe, of the small cafe.
What did you say
The statue is called the Storm Braver.
Okay. Storm Braver.
It is a small marble statue on a large obsidian dais that is said to glow with blue flame
Nice.
during when otherwise terrible storms would approach the harbor of Southgate.
Oh.
And somehow, by supernatural means, many believe locally, protect the town from such inclement weather. And from your view at the cafe, as you order light afternoon fare, mostly seafood and some wine.
Nice.
Tuna steak.
Yes,
steak.
you can get a steak, but
Tuna steak.
okay. Yes, you can get that, and because it's a fancy meal, it'll cost each of you 5 silver.
How many silver to a gold?
There is 5. There's 10 silver to a gold.
Oh, I think we only have gold pieces.
You can get change.
Oh,
And
okay.
mark that change, please. It's 10
many-
copper to a silver,
Thank
10
you.
silver to a gold.
And how many did you say it was going to cost, probably?
5 silver for this fancy meal of wine. and
So a
fish.
half a gold.
Yes.
Okay. I can count. 14. Okay.
Yeah.
The plaza is actually... Most people seem to be keeping their distance from the statue right now, but watching intently as a small crowd is formed around the edges of the plaza below, in which there is... In which, kneeling before the Stormbraver statue, in reverence and prayer, is a very strange-looking humanoid. With blue skin, kelp green hair, frills on his arm, and gills on his neck, holding a trident, and just kneeling before the statuette.
Poseidon quivers.
But is he attractive?
Oh my god!
Erica.
You can't just seduce everyone you see. Well, I mean,
Yes.
you can.
Well then, can we go say hi?
Oh my god. Can we finish our meal first?
The shape of water, 20 feet.
He's not that fishy.
Insert fertilized eggs.
Too far.
That's a
That's too far, really.
that's a callback to Slayers.
You're the one that wants to seduce this merman.
I didn't say anything about that. Just wanted to know if he was cute.
Oh my god. Alright.
Just want to talk him up. No harm in that.
Wait,
God.
sorry, where's this merman?
He is
He's in
down
front
in
of
the
the
plaza,
statue.
kneeling before the Stormbraver statue.
Does he have legs?
He has legs.
Oh. I don't know, I thought he was like a legit merman.
He's floating in
The top half is the fish half.
Well, it's more like think merman light, full humanoid shape with
Oh.
subaquatic aspects.
So like that dude from Hellboy.
Yes,
Ah.
except more human featured.
Okay. So Eris can seduce. Got it. Anyway.
God damn.
So is this while we're still eating our food?
Yeah, that,
We
he's
just,
been there the
we
entire
look over
time,
and we see him.
Okay.
and people are kind of watching him as a curiosity.
Is he just
He's
staying
just
there?
kneeling
Is
there.
he naked or does he have
Oh,
clothes on?
he's got armor. He is
Okay.
wearing.
Okay.
I don't
He's
know.
wearing very shiny, but also obviously a little sea-touched armor that has
scale armor.
Hey.
that has kind of a turquoise shine to it.
Okay.
Pretty.
Chainmail, pauldrons, arm guards, and his trident is pearl white.
Okay, but this is a guy we need to be friends with. Because he's hooked up. He's strong. He's got a weapon. Need to get on that good side. So let's hurry up the meal. Let's pay our tip. Let's get out.
Quick question: do they pay the workers in this world a livable wage, or do we have to tip them? And what % should we tip them?
Well, this is kind of a fantasy Mediterranean pseudo Europe, so I guess you don't have to tip.
Sweet.
So they paid. Okay, good. They paid them a good wage. That's good.
No, just leave a copper on the table for good measure.
A copper. One.
They didn't give us change in coppers. You gonna ask them for change so we can leave them a copper? Actually, that's nice. We should do that. Let's do that.
Let's do that.
Just leave one.
I imagine that arguing about the bill.
What the fuck? They left a copper on the table, guys!
Just throw the copper down at it.
Ow!
The meal is
Let's leave a nice copper.
delicious, of course, for the money you've paid. And afterwards, you are free to go down to the plaza.
All right, so we talk up Fish Boy.
Yeah.
Are all of you talking up, or just one of you breaking through the crowd to talk to him?
One.
Striding in real fast.
As you speed
I'm
walk,
prepared for support, though.
Yeah.
Hey there, buddy. Come here
I'm
often.
gonna take my time and get there eventually.
as you speed walk,
ridiculous.
as you break through the crowd of the plaza, rather easy to do because no one's pushing forward. You're just kind of watching this curiosity.
That's
curiously. There's a lot.
I think that was on purpose.
Yes, it was. I will note that the crowd is mostly human because it's mostly a human city.
Right.
A handful of dwarves peppered among the crowd when you can see them. Well, there are dwarves in the city because of the diaspora. One birdman, Aarakocra.
What?
Bless you.
One birdman, literal birdman, winged
Yes.
man with bird wings in the crowd watching.
What was the word you just said after that?
Aarakocra. That's the word for the birdman's race.
Oh, I was like, is that his name?
That's
or...
species.
Spell, please.
Yeah, please.
A-A-R okra. We can review this later.
All right.
Birdman.
Rito, got it.
Arokra.
Rito
And at
standing
least-
around Zora at the statue, got
And
it.
and a handful of Dragonborn sailors are also among the crowd. Dragonborn are
Yes.
literally that. They're humanoids with very draconic features. Snout, scales. Anyway,
Well.
you break the crowd, being the looking all devil-horned and demi-human, and approach the fellow kneeling before the Stormbraver statue, eliciting further curiosity from the crowd and interest.
Well, hello there, sir. What are you doing?
He lifts his head up from prayer with a twinkling smile.
Is this your effort to seduce?
Yeah.
You're interrupting his prayer. You're lucky he smiled at you, unless that's like aggressive body language in Fishman.
Can I join him? Can I join
He
you?
looks up with a smile and says, "Ah,
Can I just throw myself like
good
down there
tidings
pray
and
with
wonderful
him?
afternoon to you, good miss,"
Oh my god.
he
I like
says
him already.
Playing
with
along.
verbosity and kind of a not self-aware sensibility to him.
Love him already.
Oh god.
You know, you are the first person to approach me since I have taken up this brief vigil, he says, rather unaware of the literal crowd ring circling around him.
Who is Birdman to judge? Like, he's the only one there by himself? Like,
The
you're not
birdmen,
me too,
the
man.
birdmen are a known and traveled quantity in this region.
Ah.
They get a lot of work as messengers.
All right. Rito Postman, got it.
Seems very typecast.
Hey, you have a skill you can exploit.
All I can think of is like
Use it
bird
to steal
person.
2 gold from the City Watch.
I gotta say, I like this guy.
I will show you pictures of birdmen during the break.
Okay. I'm a little worried this is gonna be like a Scientology type situation.
But he says that you are the first person to have approached him since he has taken up his vigil. He says, using overly flowerful language.
Flowery.
Overly flowery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
It's
Flowering, flowery
Yeah.
language.
Yes.
floral language.
Floral.
With a voice that practically babbles like a fresh brook.
Oh.
Oh my.
I think we can try.
Can I join him?
Did you ask him if you can join him?
Can I join you, sir?
I would appreciate someone kneeling and joining me in prayer to the Stormbraver. Certainly, please, take a knee. And he taps his trident on the ground and lowers his head in reverence toward the Stormbraver statue.
You had something to say, Gita?
I just joined them silently and smile at everybody because I felt kind of lonely. So, what are we doing?
Oh my god.
He looks up, then looks over directly when he sees that it's right at eye level. Ah, hello. I am praying to the Stormbraver.
Do we know who that is? Would we know that as characters?
You would know, not you, but you would know what the Stormbraver is. That's like a local feature. And you would not know off the top of your head what the Stormbraver is, but you've heard people talk about a statue, the weird thing at the statue, and calling it that among the rumors today.
Oh, okay. So in these rumors, we also heard like the weird stuff that it does, like the
No, because that's a known quantity.
Oh, okay. But I know
So
that.
I would know that.
You would
just, like,
know. You
offhand.
might not know the known quantity because you're from
Okay.
over the hedge.
What was the weird situation happening at the statue? It's just that
Him,
it's
just being
Yeah.
there,
Yeah.
probably.
He's probably there, or you know what? How long you been here for?
There you go.
I have been keeping this vigil and prayer since first light this morning. I just made the shoreline and decided to pay reverence to the blessed statue that guards this region from the harrows of the distance and the deep, as my people guard your shore.
Yeah, and how's that working out?
Splendid! He taps his trident and stands to his full height. Though you folk upon the surface may not know it, my people fight an endless war in the depths
Oh gosh.
for the safety of all life on this material realm. And he stands with his shoulders set proudly, looks to the sky. It is good to occasionally take in the sky we help defend.
Okay, this guy's too much.
But I get ahead of myself. Ladies, I am Corvus.
Hi.
Gotta say, something's a little fishy about this guy.
There you go!
Paladin of the Depths.
Paladin,
sorry.
wow.
Means he's lawful good. Don't even try it.
Knight of Castle Challenger.
Castle what now?
Castle Challenger.
Where's that?
He points out into the sea. Surely you people have heard of the great Castle Challenger.
No, not really.
Yes, it's great.
Eventually gets there. I do, yeah. I've heard of that.
See? Yeah, we know exactly what that. What is that? What is that?
On the sea is just
I mean, yeah. Okay.
Excellent, excellent. I have been dispatched from Castle Challenger to stand shore vigil, a rare, rare honor granted to my knighthood. And I have chosen to spend it here, in glorious Southgate. My grandfather once stood shore vigil here, and I shall do the same.
Isn't it hard to hold vigil when you're praying at a statue all day?
Once I have finished my reverence, I shall stand on the shore and watch the sea for danger.
Okay.
He just kind of holds his pose there.
That sounds really boring.
But duty's its own reward and its own fun.
God.
Sure. Okay. Oh.
And what are your names? You who have come to speak with me, as I stand this proud vigil in your village.
I'm Gita.
City.
We're not from here.
You cross as well.
Yeah. We're
Travelers
on
as
our
well.
way.
From whence do ye hail?
Where they don't like making small talk.
As your character's anxiety shows itself anew.
Oh no, I didn't write the name of my town. I forgot if I chose something on the map or if I was from like somewhere else.
Well, you can be from somewhere else due to the nature of where you're from.
Oh yeah, that's true. Well, I think I would just give him the name of my village, but I didn't decide on a name.
Okay. Give him the name of the village.
Townsville. No. City Town. The City of Town. I'll come up with a better one next time.
Okay.
I come from afar, from the City of Town. Would you like me to sing you a song about it?
Ha! Splendid!
What was that?
That was me forgetting to do something important earlier. But for right now, we're going to end today's episode on that rousing, raucous musical number. As we will return in 2 weeks' time with the conclusion of this delightful little RP.
Bye! What's that song where you play the person out? What does it sound like?
I don't remember. We're still rolling, it's okay. Get the laughter out.
Sorry, that's
But,
copyrighted.
yeah, but it's only like that was less than 10 seconds.
Please.
Taco Bell's canon? I don't know. Anyway. Sorry.
Okay.
See everyone
Yes, it
next
is.
week for an exciting episode of Dansu and Dragon. Oh, week after next for an exciting episode of Dansu and Dragons.
I don't know, whatever it is.
Good night, everyone.
Bye.
What was that?